Okay, guys, introducing the next topic area for study skills. Now, I understand there was a bit of a problem when I introduced this before, so forgive me if I go carefully through this. The unit we are particularly looking at in this instance is exam techniques and seminar skills. This unit is split into two. First part of this unit is going to be on exam technique. That would be relevant to a time coming up to when you have an exam on this course. So rather than do that, I'm starting with the second part, which is seminar skills. The assignment is entitled Taking Part in a Seminar. Okay, so this is study skills. There are no graded criteria. There will be no grades allocated to this. It is an ungraded piece in which the following criteria have to be met to the level of a pass in order to go forward. And the 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4 unit assessment criteria typically found on the front page of your assignment brief. That brief is posted on ClassWorks if you want to have a look at it in more detail. But it says we need to evidence, we need to give to CAVA, our awarding body, evidence for putting forward a range of viewpoints in an academic discussion. So typically, that will either take the form of a video or a witness statement by me saying that this has happened, looking also in that witness statement to evidence other skills deployed. So for instance, 3.2, analyze and develop key information taken from lecture notes. So the evidence for that will be in my witness statement of the discussion, plus the key information and lecture notes provided as part of this submission. Use relevant researched information appropriately and effectively in discussion. Again, that's part of my witness statement and the notes provided, and then evaluate or evaluated own performance in a seminar. So that's the generic, that's what we've got to meet. Now the task written from that goes something like this. Select a topic from your academic subjects and form a small discussion group. Divide the topic into suitable sections, ideally representing different points of view. Produce notes to support your discussion, developing notes either taken from a lecture or another source. So it would perhaps be a good idea to take from maybe supplemented lecture notes. Take part in a seminar in which a number of different viewpoints are expressed. Analyze your contribution to the discussion and produce an action plan to improve future performance. Like all other study skills units, what the idea here is to develop the skills you will need as an undergraduate, looking across how you will be assessed on several of the courses that we've looked at through your researching opportunities in HE. It is evident that you will participate in discussion at university, and so it's important that we practice that first. The evidence I'm pointing to here is notes for the discussion taken from lecture notes or taken from a combination of lecture notes and elsewhere, tutor observation and feedback. So I will observe your discussion and then write a formal witness statement saying what I've seen, and then an action plan detailing what you would do next time in order to meet, to be successful in a discussion and to meet the criteria needed. Now, again, like all study skills, it is generic. It has no content. It does not point to any particular piece of work, but it does suggest that different viewpoints need to be discussed. So you're looking at an area of discussion and disagreement, I would suggest. Now, let me give you some examples I have found looking through your academic subject material. For instance, in atypical psychology, I'm assuming that is what you're doing as part of the handout for psychology. It says discuss ethical issues around mental health. Sounds like a discussion point that could have different points of view. Discuss psychological approaches to therapy. This looks like an area that could be worth looking at. I'm also thinking about the fact that this may feed into an hour-and-a-half exam. So taking notes from lectures, discussing that information could help you with this exam. So I'm thinking perhaps a number of you would like to do that. So this is another topic area that you might consider. Sociology, or obviously my bag. The next assignment we're going to do in sociology is looking at health and poverty. Here we talk about perspectives on poverty, and at this point we are going to look at political philosophies as well as sociological approaches, and we are going to have a discussion of classical liberal theories from Adam Smith to Margaret Thatcher. So this is the ideas of the new right, again, something we'll cover in class, and comparing them to social democratic theories, those philosophies that were behind the creation of the welfare state. It, as an area, should you choose to do this, one of my sociologies, and have a discussion between these polar opposite points of view and still very relevant political philosophies, it may be useful to have this discussion. It will certainly help you with this assignment to work through the issues in this way. But this is just an example of the kind of things that you could do. Moving on to biology, cell biology, I understand is something you're going to do. You're going to be asked to compare and contrast the advantages and limitations of optical and electron microscopy. I'm not very good with biology, but if that is an area where there is an element of debate, that could be used in terms of the seminar skills. And I guess what I'm driving at here is what I want you to do, having watched this video, is talk to others, get a group of 3 or 4 of you to decide on a topic area. I would find something that's going to help you with the next thing you're going to do, whether it's in biology, psychology, or sociology, or any of the other subjects. I don't know how many of you are doing subjects outside that, but clearly, if there is an area of debate within them, you could possibly do that. If there's not, I know it says in the thing, pick something for your academic study. We can have groups discuss fox hunting, you know, any other topic, proportional representation, leaving the EU, whatever you want to talk about, that is also legitimate, and particularly if you're on a pure science-based approach, maybe you'll find it hard to find areas of debate. I don't know, ask your lecturers. So come together in groups of 2 or 3, agree a subject area, divide it out in terms of the opposing points of view, perhaps 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and arrange to go through the process to have this discussion. But yes, I think if I could ask you to do that and report back to me for next time, that would be great.